in a while, so I'm happy to be back. This is your watch list for Tuesday, March 21st. I put these videos out for you guys for free every single day. So make sure you are subscribed down below. Hit that bell. That bell will let you know when I put these videos out, when I go live, when I send out my learning tools, when I send out the short videos, the learning tools for that. And again, I do this for free for you guys. And hopefully it helps you guys to really learn what we do here with the Strat and with this strategy, because realistically, guys and girls, I've never found a strategy that's easier than what I've got here and what I teach here. There just isn't. We realistically rely on exactly what the candlesticks tell us every single time, and every candle stick tells a story. So again, based off of this strategy, you're not going to find anything easier. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you do have questions while we're live, you can leave them in the comment section on the right hand side there. If you're watching this as a recording, go down below, leave them in the comment section, or you can go on Twitter, you can DM me there, you can ask them there, at Mr. Clark Griswold on Twitter, or you can join the Discord. The link for the Discord is down below. It's free to join. There's a bunch of rooms that are free there. There are also paid membership rooms in there as well. Marlon B says hello. Hello to you, man. Let's get started on this list. I want to go through one thing here. This chart that you see here, this is TradingView, okay? So if you're looking for something like this, you're likely going to need it to day trade. It helps myself and a lot of other people chart what we do every single day. So there is a link in the description below. It'll get you a free 30-day trial to your subscription, or of the subscription services that they have. And then if you decide to use that sub-service, you'll get up to $30 off of that subscription. So let's get started on this list. I give out the top 5 to the Griswold Gold memberships. That's part of the paid membership room. Okay, so the top 5s out of these go to the Griswold Gold members. The first one I've got on the list, and I always tell people if there's a setup on SPY, it'll be on the top 5, because those are the setups that I look for the most are on SPY. So SPY's got a double inside bar. So I usually talk to you guys a lot about inside bars, single inside bars. And what an inside bar is, you'll notice this candlestick is yellow. That's from the indicator that I've created for you guys. There's a link to purchase that. It's $25, a one-time fee. You get it for life, or you get it as part of the Griswold Gold membership at a $50 a month price point, plus everything else you get, including the one-on-ones and the Griswold, or the 1 hour course that I've created, and all that other good stuff. So it really is a good deal for the membership. But if you're just looking for the indicator, that's available as well. So the indicator paints these inside bars yellow. It gives you this time frame continuity. It paints the outside bars white. It highlights these double inside bars blue. Okay, so they're easier to find. These double inside bars are super rare. They do not happen very often. If we were to go back and look in time, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we play these inside bars, or the double inside bars, but I don't know how far back we would have to go on SPY to actually find a, there it is, right there. Okay, so we go to September of 2021. Okay, and this is the reaction we get off of that double inside bar. And I think we're going to have something similar happen tomorrow. I think we are going to have this big gap. And it might not be down, it might be to the upside, but I think off of SPY we're probably going to gap up or down in the morning based off of this double inside bar. Don't quote me on it, but if I was to take a logical guess based on the way SPY moves, SPY does not open inside bar tomorrow. Okay, I think we gap up. But when we're looking at these, if it doesn't gap up, that's fine. If it does, we know how to play the gaps because we have gap videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go into the channel, go into the gap playlist. Okay, it'll tell you exactly how to play the morning gaps. But we have this double inside bar. So 2 straight days of consolidation, 2 straight days of a tightening range. Okay, so most times we have that single inside bar that shows us a tightening range. And when we have that, what I like to envision and visualize when I see these yellow bars is tightening, compacting, squishing of a spring. Okay, and when you release the force off of that spring, we're expecting it to have a big run up or a big run down. So that's what we're looking for off of these inside bars. We're looking for calls at the triggers at 394.17 or puts at the trigger of 390.07. They're marked out with the yellow lines, and then the first targets are marked out for you guys as well, just the tops of the preceding wicks. We've got really good time frame continuity to the upside. This is a very important cog in trading this strategy. We like to trade. The more time frame continuity we have in the direction of our trade, the higher probability that that trade works out. So I'll tell you right now as a bonus, SPY will be on that top 5. Okay. I'm also going to say there are a ton of these double inside bars. That's what I would be looking at tomorrow morning, guys. We go to Alibaba. So Alibaba has the 2 down. So a 2, these candlestick numbers are also part of the indicator. But a 2 down or a 2 candle is a directional candle. So it can either break only the bottom of the previous candle or only the top of the previous candle. If it breaks the bottom, we get a 2 down, which is what we've got right here. Now, most times we would figure that these would finish red because they're going down, but when they finish green, I call those a failed 2, a 2 down green. It did hit targets on the way down, so I still call this a failed 2, but we'll call it a 2 down green for reference. When we get these 2 down greens, it gives me a higher probability that we're going to trend back to the upside. Does it mean we can't trend back to the upside if we have a 2 down that's red? No. It just tells us that the probability is higher that we trend up off of a 2 down that's green. Okay. Move on to American Airlines. Here's the exact opposite. So 2 up that finished red. We've got really good time frame continuity across the board outside of the quarterly and the year. So we can look for puts here at 1387. First target at 1367. Here's a good example, guys. We had this double inside bar on American Airlines for today on Monday. It didn't really materialize into anything, okay? We triggered, we came up a bit, didn't hit targets, and then came back down. So does it always work? No, it doesn't. Probability tells us, though, that the majority of the time that these work out really, really well. Okay, so we go to Airbnb, another double inside bar for Airbnb. So you guys look for the same thing you did on SPY, okay? It's the exact same thing. We'll set our targets, okay? And let's see the last time Airbnb had this double inside bar. We just look for that blue highlight. There it is. We go back into, looks like May or June. And this right here, guys, this is exactly the setup. This is what we look for. We trigger, we hit targets, multiple targets. We look for these big, big, big runs. Because what happens, we'll go back to the original chart here. What happens is, this is almost like an inverse broadening formation, or you can call it a flag or whatever you want. But it's a tightening range, okay? So this is what we get here. And so we have these, we line up the bottoms with the bottoms and the tops with the tops, and we're left here with no room for this candlestick to go except for a breakout to the high side or the low side. So that's basically what I'm talking about. Inverse broadening formation. It's a tightening range. You can call it whatever you want, but we have a double inside bar on Airbnb, so we'll look for the setup there. AMD, 2 down green. So we talked about those 2 downs that finish green. We also have a hammer candle. So there's 3 actionable signals when we talk about the strat or this strategy. So there's this hammer candle where we have this body, and then the wick being 2 times the length of that body. We have a shooter candle, which is the exact opposite of a hammer candle. The body's down at the bottom, or we have an inside bar. Those are the 3 actionable signals. Cyberdog looks for those all the time. That's what he likes to play. I don't necessarily need these, but they give us a higher probability. And AMD gives us a lot of probability here. So AMD, it's giving us, and who wants to comment and tell us why this would be a high probability trade? There's a bunch of people in the room right now. Marlon B likes AMD and Amazon for tomorrow. So somebody chime in here. Why would this be, or what are some of the things that would make this a high probability setup for us tomorrow? Anybody? No? I got nothing. No one wants to comment. That's okay. So number 1, we've got the hammer candle, okay? So that's one. That's telling me that I've got a bullish setup here. Trent Wright says FTFC, baby. That's full time frame continuity. That's right, Trent. So we've got the hourly, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly all pointing to the upside. High probability play to the upside. Okay, the only thing we don't have is this weekly sitting on an inside bar, but the majority of this stuff is pointing to the upside. So yeah, we have that. And Marlon B says the hammer. That's right. So we have a hammer candle. We have a 2 down that finished green. So a hammer candle, also 2 down that finished green. And then we have that full time frame continuity back to the upside. Okay. So that is a high probability play for us. Okay. We move on to BAC, inside bar. So now this is just a single inside bar. But again, you notice we've got this time frame continuity in our favor. Okay, so if it trends to the downside, it's currently sitting as a red inside bar. So if we trend to the downside, we've got full time frame continuity to that downside. And again, it's that inside bar. And we don't have a double. There's not 2 of them. And realistically, the 2 inside bars, we're still trading just off of that inside bar. But it's 2 straight days of consolidation. It's a powerful setup. Does not happen very often. So again, if we just go to look at the previous inside bars, this is what we look for, guys. This is the probability, okay? Inside bar, boom, to the upside. Inside bar, boom, to the downside. That's all we're looking for. We're not looking for anything other than that. This inside bar gapped, but we had 2 straight days of a downward trend off of that, okay? That's all we're looking for. From BAC, we go to Citibank, okay? Another bank, 2 up, finished red. Not quite at a shooter candle, okay? This body has to be a little bit smaller. The wick has to be a little bit taller. You could still call it a hammer if you wanted to. This is a 1-2-2 rev strat. So it's a 2-2 reversal to the downside. We've got time frame continuity with us to the downside. And so a 1-2-2 rev strat is basically a 2-2 reversal here, but we've got this inside bar preceding it. So a 1-2-2 rev strat. CVS. Something I talked about all year. Been talking about CVS all year. Okay, there's our 2 targets. Again, we have this. Here's a shooter candle. Here's an inside bar candle. Okay, CVS has been trending down. If we trend to the downside, we're going to have full time frame continuity. This single candle right here currently represents the daily and the weekly. Okay, because this is a Monday candle. It represents right now currently Monday and the week, because that's all the candles that we have for this week. So if we trend down off of the shooter, we've got full time frame continuity to the downside. Okay, so CVS would be a nice play for us, especially considering the nature of what it's done so far. Okay, we'll move on to EW. So EW has that 2 down green, and again, we don't have that hammer candle that we would be looking for, but we do have this time frame continuity back to the upside. So you guys don't have to. I don't want you guys FOMOing into trades. Potentially not taking trades or taking too many trades. If you want to say to yourself, I'm only looking for hammer candles with full time frame continuity, that's all I'm trading, great. You're setting yourself up for high probability plays. Does it work out every single time, all the time? It will not. Hey, I'll tell you that right now, it will not. Okay, but the majority of the time it's going to work out for you. Okay, so even if you said I'm looking for 2-2 reversals into full time frame continuity, or I'm looking for 2-2 reversals only when I've got the hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, you guys can decide that. For me, personally, as I said before, I only need these 2 because my trades don't last usually more than an hour. Okay, I like to get in and get out. So I only really need the hourly and the daily. If I have more, the weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, that's a bonus for me. Meaning it just makes my probabilities of my trade even higher. Okay? So that's EW. Inside bar on Ford, not quite a shooter candle, but we're pretty close. And then we've got this time frame continuity trending down to the downside. So we can look for those puts at 11.15 and first targets at $11.12. General Electric, there's another double inside bar for GE, okay? So calls at 91.23, puts at 89.43. Let's go see how GE react the last time they had a double inside bar. There it is. GE, double inside bar. And again, we gapped down, okay? So we gapped here, trended down, and then came back up and actually went outside bar. So they don't always work, guys. They don't. But a lot of times, they do. So that's the difference between somebody who's just guessing on what they're doing and pressing a buy button, clicking the buy button, and being right 50% of the time, and someone who actually has a strategy and stop losses and tight stops and knowing how to get out of a trade. And that's exactly what the Strat teaches. It teaches you where to get in and it teaches you where to get out. That's what this channel teaches. You go look at all my videos, my review videos, my short videos, the different strategies within the Strat, they all show you guys the exact same thing. So calls at 91.23, puts at 89.43 on GE. General Motors, there's that single inside bar, shooter candle. And again, if we trend down, this daily and weekly change to red, and we've got a good trade with high probability to the downside, puts at 33.27. Here's Google with the inside bar, and again, time frame continuity right to the upside. We've got an uptrend with some consolidation. We'll see if we can get that 212 continuation off of Google. And we'll set that first target at 103.49 on the Google machine. MS, Morgan Stanley, another bank with a double inside bar. Okay, so again, if we went back and looked, said, hey, Morgan Stanley, what did you do the last time you had a double inside bar? You also went outside bar on your double inside bar setup. Okay, so if we try and find one more, here's one more here. Double inside bar, big gap up right here. Okay, so could you have played the gap? You sure could have. I don't know. I'm not going to dive into it to see if it would have worked for you. But again, all probability based, guys. Every trade, every strategy is based off of probability. It has to be. It can't be any other thing other than that. And that's because nobody knows what the next candle is going to be. You don't know. I don't know. He doesn't know. She doesn't know. Okay? They don't know. I don't know. We don't know. So that's why we have to base it off of probability, because nobody can tell you if this next candle is going to go 2 up or 2 down. If it's going to be a green candle or it's going to be a red candle. If it's going to gap or not. Okay? They can't tell you that. And so every trade, every strategy has to be based off of probabilities and what could happen or might happen. Okay, so we look at Netflix. We've got the 2 down green. We'll look for calls to the upside, 307.50. NVIDIA, 2 down green. We're really close to a hammer candle. We've got really good time frame continuity, so calls at 260.24 on NVIDIA. QCOM, inside bar on QCOM. Really good time frame continuity. Not the full thing, but it looks really good. If we go to the month, we've gone 2 down on the month already, so I don't see that changing currently because the top of that month is way up here. So based off of that, we still have really great time frame continuity outside of the month. Calls at 122.02, puts at that 119.81 marker. QQQ has a 2 down green, and again, there's that full time frame continuity. We're right close to a hammer candle. Not quite there, but it's pretty darn close. So we can look at those calls at 306.30. Target, TGT, has the inside bar. It's a big inside bar. This isn't something that I would necessarily look at overly, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't dive too deep into this one. Okay, so calls at 163.37, puts at 159.26 on target. XLU, inside bar. Calls 67.22, puts 66.56. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you do have questions, put them in now. I'm going to answer them. We're coming close to the end here. I'm going to answer them, but I don't have a ton of time. So if you guys have questions, lay them on me, put them in there now. Inside bar for XLU. XLV, there's another double inside bar. So again, anything today, guys, with a double inside bar, I'm going to put out for the Griswold Gold members. I'm going to give them the top 5. So the Griswold Gold members get top 5s every day. They get one-on-ones with me. So just me and them. They can ask whatever they need, as much time as they need. They get 1 hour Strat course. The YouTube videos, the new ones that I put out are all ad-free. Okay, there's a live trading bot, sends the trades out to you guys directly. You guys don't have to go looking for them. You get the indicator with it. It's really, really great value. You can really, realistically, guys, one trade and the membership's paid for. It's not overly expensive. I'm not here to ding you guys for anything. I'm trying to recover my time for some of the stuff that I do, and that's it. I'm not here to overcharge you guys or anything of that nature. So, with the one-on-ones, I don't limit it. You guys need an hour, we spend an hour. You guys need an hour and a half, we spend an hour and a half. You guys need 10 minutes, we'll spend 10 minutes. Okay, we can do little mini sessions. It doesn't matter. XLV, double inside bar, that will be on the top 5 for the members. Marlon was asking about Amazon. Let's go take a look at Amazon. So Amazon, we would be looking at a 122 rev strat. So this is what I was talking about, guys. We don't need this candle to be green in order for it to reverse up. We have a 2 down red, which is what we would expect. We also have a hammer candle. So a hammer candle is a bullish pattern. It's a little less bullish because it's red. Okay, if it was green, it would be more bullish. We'd have a higher probability that we were going to see this thing trend to the upside. So let's just put markers here. That's where your call would be. Now, if we trend up, we're going to have full time frame continuity, okay? We're going to have this day go green. We're going to have this week go green, okay? So does Amazon have a good setup? Yeah, it's got a hammer candle. Is it not? It's not green. Doesn't matter, okay? We can have these 2-2 reversals off of a 2 down red. We can have a 2-2 reversal off of a 2 up green, okay? You don't need... The candles are important, but it depends how you're looking at it, okay? So look at 2 down greens and they go. 2 up reds and they go. This one was a 2 down green, but it still trended down, okay? So we're not... It doesn't... The color doesn't matter. Here's a 2 down red. We still trended up, okay? 2 up green, still trended down. We still had that reversal. It just... The color gives you a higher probability. And yes, this says... Hey, we got buyers here, but the next day it didn't matter. We went right back down. So, yes, the color matters based off of probability. Apple bullish engulfing on the day. I think we went... Did we go over Apple? Yeah, so Apple has that outside bar. It's got full time frame continuity. So, could you take this trade off of a 3 bar? Yes, you very likely could. I don't usually play off of the 3 bars. Not to say that you guys can't. You could realistically play either side of this. If it was me and this trended down, I would not take the break to the low side. If it trends up, I would take that break to the high side based off of this time frame continuity, okay? So do you guys have anything else? Is there any other questions? Any questions you guys have about the Discord or Twitter or the memberships, you feel free to ask them. If you're watching live, you can leave them on the right-hand side. If it's a recording, if you're watching the recorded version of this, then leave the comments down below. Or just join the Discord. Like I said, the links are down below to join the Discord, to buy the memberships, to buy the indicators. Everything's available to you guys. Whatever you guys need to know, it's for the most part, it's available. You can find it in the Discord. You can find it on Twitter. You can find it on this channel. Okay, I've got 100 plus videos for you guys to help you guys learn this stuff. I've started to do short videos because not everybody has time to sit down and watch, 10, 15, 20-minute videos. I've started to create small little shorts. Hopefully those help you guys out a little more. But there's beginner learning tools. There's learning tools in general. The different playlists that I've set up for you guys. 30 and 30 playlists. The other thing I want to talk about, I forgot. FOMC, guys. FOMC is coming up. Make sure you watch those videos. So I think we're at like 22 out of 24 or 23 out of the last 24 times that the Fed has had their meeting. It's done the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Okay, so go watch those videos. They're really they're not strat based, but they are going to tell you guys exactly how to play the Fed meeting. It's nothing to be nervous about, but it'll tell you exactly how to play it. And again, it's probabilities. You can hit red X amount of times. You can hit black X amount of times. Sometimes it's going to go the other way. this strategy has been working continuously. You can ask other members in the room. It's pretty tight. I didn't come up with it. G-Knots on Twitter came up with it. Maybe he didn't even come up with it, but he didn't have a video. I created a couple videos for it, so you guys can go check those out, okay? If that's it, guys, I'm going to take off. I hope you guys have an excellent evening. If you have questions, like I said, ask them. Good luck trading. I'm going to try and jump in the live trading room probably tomorrow around 10. We'll see what happens. That's 12 Eastern. So thank you, guys. Good luck trading, and we will see